Right, doing a service call. So this flashed 7 times. Oh no, I think his igniter's bad. And it flashed 7 times. He did the reset procedure. He was able to clear it, and then I think it ran for, I don't know, 3 weeks. Something like that. So I have changed the valve here before. No sediment trap. I'm going to try replacing the cover. And I got a valve to replace just in case. And I can't see spark because the glass is so fogged up. We can always try the thermopile voltage here. This hasn't been working lately. It doesn't work on every valve. I haven't really been using it. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not working. So it could be a bad circuit board. Could be a bad valve. Could be anything, right? So I did a job. I did an installation this morning. Really bummed out. And this guy didn't pay me, right? He didn't pay me. I actually threatened to call the police when I tried to settle with him. But he didn't want to pay me, and we got the install done. I had to do all this extra work. He didn't appreciate it. He didn't like the water heater. He didn't like the way it looked. I should have left immediately when he said that. I should have took off. Oh wait, and did the install. Just ran into all kinds of problems. He had all this hokey, like, tied in hose bibs into, you know, he had a T coming off the cold line with a hose bib and a shut off coming off of that, so he could, like, he had people living in his garage, and it was nasty. And the guy had no money, kept telling me this hard look story. It's another big red flag. Somebody tells you they have no money. And like, hey, you know, we had he had a gate valve. And the gate valve was bad. So I had to do a shark bite, new shut off, new supply line. He didn't want to pay me for that. I wanted to leave then. He's like, oh, I'll pay you later. And so I get the thing installed, and this is like 4 hours. I get there at 7:30 in the morning. He wants me there early in the morning. I'm there 4 hours, sweating copper, and it's a 50-gallon. And at the end, he has like super high water pressure, like incredibly high. And he even went out and bought a new temperature pressure relief valve that we installed on it. I don't know what's going on with this thing. I guess it's the valve. We'll try a new cover. And it tripped it. I mean, not a little bit, but blew it wide open. And even when I reduced the pressure at the shutoff, And so I told him, I said, hey, you know, you got a bad temperature pressure relief valve, you know, go out and get another one. And he's like, oh, I don't know, man, I don't know what to tell you, you know, you're the plumber. I'm just like, dude, I'm not a plumber, man. I install water heaters. Like, I'm not a full service plumber. What the hell? And he's like, well, you got to prove to me that I have high water pressure. Never had a problem before. And of course, I don't have a pressure gauge with me. But we go over to his hose bib, and it's just tearing out of the hose bib, shooting like 5-6 feet, you know. I don't know. I don't know if that means he has high water pressure, but I'm pretty sure it does. Anyway, so he refuses to pay me. I'm like, I go, okay, well, let's settle up. Let's do something here. You know, I'm 4 hours into this thing. You got my water heater. It's a $100 water heater. I go, I don't want to have to tear this water heater out and leave. He's like, that's it. I'm calling the police. So I'm like, all right, you have a good day, sir. And I took off. Because at that point, I just wanted to cut my losses. Because I'm already like, you know, $50 in fittings and shut-off valves and 4 hours of labor, $100 water heater. That's one I have a back look into. That's a good one. And yeah, it just really bummed me out, you know. And the whole time he was just talking like mad smack. He's like, I don't like this water heater. I don't like the. I think he was setting me up, to be honest with you. Because I'm like, what do you want to do? You want to not install it? And he's like, well. I think the guy was setting me up to not pay me, looking back on it. Because if you could have seen this house, I was going to film a video, but this place was so nasty and dirty and just like, it was like a tweaker house, you know? Like, it's like full bore drug addicts and like people living in like, you know, bed sheet wall bedrooms in the garage and just trash everywhere. And, it was just crazy. So anyway, yeah, out probably like $400, you know. It was $200 to install it, a $100 water heater, plus $30 for the shut-off valve and supply line. I mean, no labor on top of that. That's just my cost to buy it. Fittings, copper. So yeah, it's the waste of a day and loss of money. So yeah, really bummed me out. So yeah, then I went out and did a service call after that and got paid and felt good again. Yeah, I just want to keep on trucking, you know. So if anybody has any ideas what to do in a situation like that, I would appreciate it. Some information or feedback or comments on something like that, because I mean, I just got out of there, you know. I wanted to leave anyway. Through the job, I wanted to just bail on it, like, I don't know, 4 times. Initially when he complained, and then later when he was just following me around, making all kinds of comments. It's just like, I gotta get the hell out of here. Alright, possibly semi-blocked. It's not really the money. I mean, it's not like life or death money for me. It's just you know, waking up early and then driving there, and then he's like, I'm waiting for you at like 7 a.m. Give a shit. So yeah, a lot of red flags that I ignored and should not have. I just don't like judging everybody by the way, you know, their life might be at whatever point in time in their life, and then assuming they don't have any money. But this one I definitely missed. I didn't really want to deal with like the cop showing up because I didn't know what the guy was capable of saying. Got the hell out. I don't think we're. I know this thing's putting out gas. I've got a bad thermopile. Tweakers. I've been in a lot of like really banged up properties. Like really banged up. Usually I'm dealing with a landlord. Alright, we're gonna pull the burner assembly in and get that sight glass cleaned up so I can see what's going on in there. I didn't even expect to fully get, like, you know, 100%. I just wanted something, you know, $150, $100, anything. But the guy's like, I'm not paying for this. This doesn't help me. I still have cold water. I'm like, look, man, you either got a bad pressure regulator on your house, your water pressure is too high. Water heaters don't accelerate water pressure. They don't quadruple it. Or you got a bad temperature pressure relief valve. I could have, you know, adjusted his pressure regulator, put a used temperature pressure relief valve on there, and just continued to chase it. You know what I mean? And probably still not got paid. Because he's already like, oh yeah, I'll have to pay you later. Alright, going in deep. There we go, a lot of soot. We got soot action going on here. We got a TRD intact. The whole top of the combustion chamber is just caked. So I'm gonna clean this out with a wet rag. I'll be right back. Good. So, sight glass, a little bit better. Still a little wet. So, a lot better than it was. I could do a full valve conversion and put like an older mechanical valve on here and put this burner assembly in. Take care of all of his problems forever. But I'm a little curious what's going on. So the issue here is I can't get the valve to come up at all. I know the valve is putting out enough gas for the pilot line or the pilot tube. I cleared the pilot tube. May or may not have been blocked. You can always test If the valve is putting out gas, you just kind of put your finger over it here, and you'll hear it kind of escape a little bit. And that kind of really helps you determine. I've never really seen a valve not put out gas through the pilot tube, but I'm sure it's possible. But I just couldn't see what was going on, because the sight glass was completely smoked over, you know, just with soot and like just, I don't know, smoky, really fine soot. So I'm gonna clean the top here. I know it was caked. There's like nothing on the rag. It's really weird. Yeah. I'm gonna clean the screen here a little bit. You guys can see. There's like a flame arrestor screen in here. Just kind of cleaning that up. I'm just kind of cleaning this thing out a little bit. And we'll try this again here. Well, let's actually make sure we have spark. So I'm going to rotate the thermopile. You can just turn it. Here, I'll show you how to do that. Just take a pair of needle nose pliers and just kind of rotate it a little bit. And sometimes you can get like a fresh side. We'll kind of clean the spark rod a little bit. It's got some soot on there. Kind of rough up the metal. Looks like it's sending spark. Yeah, alright, I see spark. You probably can't see it. Alright, so this should be good. So yeah, just curious what you guys would do in a situation like that where you've got like somebody refusing to pay and then claiming that you're threatening them and not taking responsibility for the pre-existing conditions of their house. I should file like an injury against him, like a back injury or something on his property. Nah, that's fraud. I got all kinds of ideas for revenge, but none of them are legal. Let's see. So yeah, leave a comment I'm not a fighter, so I wasn't gonna like get into a fight with the guy. That would not go my way. He's just trash anyway. Okay. Alright. We got spark. We got pilot light. We got valve kicking over. Blinking once every 3 seconds. See if I can get you a video. Show me the pilot there. So yeah, code 7, maybe. Seems like the valve's working to me. I don't know. I'm starting to think these valves aren't as bad as the circuit boards say they are. And there's a way to test them for ohm, but you do a... so this is ground. This prong is ground right here. This one. Then that's the pilot, and that's the main burner. So you put a ground here, right? You're testing for ohm. Put your ground here, and then you put your test lead here, and then the other one here. And you check these numbers against each other. If it's between 11 and 13 ohms, that's a healthy range. I used to see 13.4 all the time. I've seen it go as high as 26. You know, 14.1, 13.4. You know, that's a way to check these valves if they're bad. Obviously, if one's like 26 and the other one's, you know, 12, that's your problem. But you need a pretty sensitive multimeter. I bought one just for that, but it doesn't do ohm very well. So I was using the Harbor Freight, but that's, you know, off by like 3 to 4 tenths of an ohm, which isn't helpful. But anyway, there's a really good video from Bradford White on how to test ohm and check to see if the valve's bad. I think it's in my sort of like, not required viewing, but it's like, you know, I don't know what the folder's called on my channel, but just alternative videos that from other people's channels that I put in there that are really educational. And that's right from Bradford White. So I don't know, man. You got me. Just working for free, apparently. Now you can like sue people like in a civil court or something, but it's like $300. It's not really worth it. That's why I got the hell out. That, and I wanted my day back. It was 11:45. I got there at 7:20 in the morning. All right, we'll put them on B. Heard some clicking going on when I touched the. Sometimes these wires, right? These wires right here. Like, you can test them with a multimeter. They're all good. You plug them in, you get nothing. So something happens inside this like wiring harness. They just get loosened up and they just don't make the connection very well. Anyway, we're going to call this one. I'm going to leave this circuit board on here. I'm going to take my valve with me. And yeah, so this is like a 2015 Rheem. Still rolling. No sediment trap. And I think we put a couple valves on here already. And change the circuit board maybe. I don't see the old circuit board. There's the old valve. So at least one valve. And let's hope this buys our guy some time. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing. Every comment helps. Every thumbs up helps. Every subscription helps. And if you have any questions, by all means, ask away down below, and if I can answer them, I will. And you guys have a great day.